Transfer case is in, Durango's parked in the street, driving under its own power. It's in two-wheel drive now, and I have no control over the four-wheel drive system until we get the wires fixed, but I don't think that's going to be that big an issue. Before I pack it in completely, I'm going to try and take the yoke off of that guy. Depending on how that goes, you might get another video. I wanted to show you this. We have several connections. Well, we have two. We have this electrical connection on the transfer case. We have this like actuator with a connection here. For some unknown reason, the plugins are slightly different on mine than this one. That's pretty annoying. This whole actuator piece, which you can see I've already unscrewed, looks like it's interchangeable. So I might just be able to switch actuators. But the problem is, you can't get it off without taking the freaking yoke off. So that kind of pisses me off. A, why would you change connectors? And then B, why would you make this impossible to take off without ripping the yoke off? It's probably a metric, but 1 1/8 fits on there real nice. So I think we'll get on it with this. Of course not. Why would it? Let me get a bigger bar. Alright. Well, that wasn't too bad. And I don't really want to do a bunch of electrical work. So, if it's as easy as pulling the yoke, switching the actuators, putting the yoke back on, then I'll do it. And then I'll forego having to deal with the electrical stuff. Cool rubber seal on there. Yeah, nothing really to it. It comes right off, so this is starting to look pretty good for, I think we're just going to switch the actuators out. And look at that. There's not even a gasket. It's just a little key on a brass like toggle, I guess, or a little brass ride or a bushing. Okay, I sprayed some of the crap off of this and wiped it down real good. I think it's ready for another 100,000 miles on my new transfer case. Okay, day 2 of this horseplay. I've got the Durango backed up in the garage, and I've got it up on some ramps in the front. I'm sure you'll see soon. As you saw before, I was able to get that actuator out. It's sitting right there on the floor, so I'm going to swap the actuators rather than deal with the wires. But tonight, what I'm going to do is drain the remaining fluid out of the transfer case, pull that yoke off, switch the actuators, put everything back together, get the front drive shaft on, fill it with fluid, and then it should be good to go. It's that simple. I should have remembered these the other day, but I've got these nice ramps here. So I drove this thing up on the ramps, and it'll help us gain access down here. So you can see the drain plug right here. It's as simple as undoing that guy, and we should get hopefully some fluid. A bit of it did drain out while it was sitting in the rolly cart at the junkyard. Ugh. Everything on these Durangos is like Loctited down. It's ridiculous. What's in you? Let's find out. That's pretty dark, but it's got fluid, so that's a good thing. Alright, well, I was able to crack the nut loose in here yesterday by threading in a couple of these blue bolts that come off the actuator. And since I think that other case is probably a little smoked, I'm using the bolts from its actuator, which are actually pretty meaty. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun night. Use my foot. Damn it. Screw it. I'm just gonna try and loosen it against the lock in the transmission. Come on, don't break anything. Apparently, it's loose, so all of that whining I was just doing, and I had already cracked it loose like a whiner butt, so just don't drop it in the soup. That's all I'm asking. Okay. As part of the battle, I'm gonna go ahead and put this drain plug back in. And I can get rid of this pan. Okay. You're done. I've got this mama again. Big money. Yes. Okay, there's that. With that off, I can take this actuator off right here. I'm sitting with my face right by the microphone, so I bet I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing on this video to get the sound of my voice from being like in your ear. So you probably won't hear it because I'll probably get most of it out. But just know my struggle. Alright, I'll be right back with the other one. Here's the other one. I cleaned it off pretty good, and they sure as heck look like the exact same thing on the floor back there. So, pretty sure this is gonna work. Just gonna knock down some of the strange junk I see in here real quick. Now, I do have one issue. This transfer case, when I got it, seemed to be locked in 4 high. And well, it was locked in 4 high. So, the transfer case I took out of here was an all-wheel drive, or essentially what this one would be is 2 high. So, I don't think I'm gonna get this actuator to turn in here, because I bet you it's like one of those worm drives, and you can't really turn a spur gear against a worm drive. So what I think I'm going to try and do is plug it into the electrics, just let it dangle, and then get in the car, turn it to on, and then see if I can turn it to 4 high on the dash and get this to rotate to match this gear shifter. Okay, I'm going to try and hang this to where you guys can see it. And I'm going to take a before and after picture so I can see if it changed. There you go. I'll be back. Doesn't look like it did anything to me. Let's have a look at the picture. Oh, come on, phone. I don't care about the low power. I never care. I think it's pointing the same spot. Alright, still doesn't look like it's done crap. And I'm still getting the light on my dashboard, service 4-wheel drive, so I wonder if it's just totally given up on life because of the 3-minute drive I had down the driveway. So that's super cool of you, Dodge. Thanks for being a participant. And I know this actuator works because I've gone in and out of four-wheel drive with it on several occasions. Well, I'm not really sure what to do at this point. I could knock the camera over for starters. That would be a great first move, if I'm honest. Okay, I'm going to use this wrench to actually shift it. I lifted one back wheel up in the air so I could turn the drive shaft with my foot to try and relieve tension on the box or whatever. And I've given myself every reason to get run over, so I did shock the wheels that weren't up on ramps or up in the air, so the one wheel. And I've got my foot on this other wheel and a big chalk in front of it in case it starts to want to roll on the jack. Okay, that went too easy, but in like a good way. Where the hell did my actuator go? Damn it. Come on, baby. Fit. Woo! Okay. She's in. I'm gonna go ahead and re-secure the vehicle now that I know I'm not gonna die. Or so I don't die now that I know that's gonna work. I know that light's getting a little dim. I'm just gonna see if I can't edit the video to be darker or to be lighter. Might be a little fuzzy because of that, but I'll also probably clip a lot of the yammering I'm doing out of it. Alright, coolio. Now these should just plug in and be happy. Happy. Give this a quick wipe-a-rooney in case funny stuff got on it sitting down here. Nice. Where's that nut? Wheel on it with the breaker bar, put some fluid in it, and we're done. Well, I lifted the whole freaking car up doing it, so we'll pretend that's tight enough. Probably tighter than it was originally anyway. Okay, I've come with an arsenal of cleaning devices and fluids. Great start, that's full of junk. I know I'm not going to be able to get the Allen key in there, so I'm going to pick that junk out of there with a key, since I have it handy. Yeah, see, you stab it in there and all that mud juice just comes out and wants to get right in the threads. And I don't really want mud juice in my transfer case, thank you. I've got this weapon, which conveniently screws onto any normal oil style cap. And I'm going to squeeze this ATF plus 4 in there, which is what's supposed to go in there. Okay, hose is inserted. Let the squeezing begin. And I don't know how much this is going to take, but it sure is a lot easier to squeeze ATF into this transfer case than it is to squeeze gear oil into a rear end or into a tranny under a car. Okay, I've basically pancaked the bottle, so let's get a new bottle out. Okay, let's finish her off. Looks like that was it. That's good. That's good. We'll spray it off one more time to keep it clean. And then that's that. Well, the light for the four-wheel drive isn't even coming on, like the light that tells you if it's in 2 or 4 or whatever. So I'm thinking I blew a fuse, so I'm gonna look for a fuse real quick. Jeez. Okay, it's not here. Let's set you right on the battery. That can't go wrong at all. Alright. 20 amp 4x4. It's this guy right here. And it's totally popped. So I'll pull that. Yes, that works very well. Okay, that one actually did work. Let go. Yeah, see? Popped. I don't know why it popped. It did at least give me a spare back there. And let's just shunt this across the engine bay. Alright, so far no poppies. To think I probably risked my life trying to be under this thing in neutral, all for a 20 amp fuse, which I have plenty of in the garage. Hopefully you saw that, because that was gay. I mean, that was lame. Alright, I'm gonna go for a test drive. Okay, I just got back from my test drive. Everything went well, no noises, no bumps, no creaks. Everything seems to sound and feel really good. I tried to spin the tires a couple times and it wouldn't do it, so I got to figure out how to power brake it, I guess, to get the wheels to spin. But the service four-wheel drive light never went off, and it didn't seem like the four-wheel drive knob thing was doing anything either. But the fuse is still good, so I think it just needs time to reset in the computer or something. I don't really know. We'll find out. Outro number 2. Basically, to reiterate the first one, check out the stuff I've got for sale on cnafabrication.com or at cnafabrication on Instagram. Subscribe to the videos if you want to see more stuff like this, or you want to see future products that I release or whatever. Like, give me a thumbs up, all that stuff, and we'll just keep building this thing, and pretty soon, I'm working on some axle clamps now, pretty soon we'll be shaving that monster and putting the zip locker and gears in. If anything, just seeing that zip locker and those gears right there should let you know I'm pretty serious about this, so it's gonna happen. Anyway, peace out, go rock crawling.